I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Kyuujin cosplay, and today we are back at you guys with Hunter x Hunter, episode 122. So, last episode we saw the fight between Morel, Youpi, and Knuckle.
Yeah, we were so close to stuffing Youpi, 3 minutes, almost, sort of. And we kind of had him, but then he kind of had us. So Morel was about to die, and Knuckle decided to get out of hiding and be like, okay, you know what? Focus on me, buddy. But Knuckle did not understand that, you know, Morel being strong as he is and having the willpower that he had kind of impressed Youpi, and Youpi wanted to absolutely kill Morel, like that was an obsession. So there's no focusing on Knuckle, there's only killing Morel, and so he went like, I'll focus on you only if you know, make this little annoying thing disappear, the interest buddy. And he did. So that went to shit.
We were that close.
We did not stop Youpi, but good thing, in that moment, he could have easily destroyed all 3 of them, Netero and Morel, Knuckle. He didn't.
Because it evolved. He's a Digimon now.
He managed to keep his rage separated from his, you know, his intellect, his conscience and stuff. So he was level-headed during that last part of the fight. Mm-hmm. And he saw them act together. He saw them sacrifice themselves for each other. He saw what they were willing to give for this fight. And he respected that. So he didn't kill them. He was like, you take care of your buddy. I'm gonna go for my king, and you can catch up and attack me whenever you want.
He even said something that I kind of respected for. If you come at me, I'm gonna fight you as equals, which is pretty big.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty big.
And he got, you know, he got Knuckle to cry over this because now he just cannot see Youpi as an enemy. It's not a target anymore. It's a living being.
Well, he's not a bad guy.
Well, yeah, he can think for himself. He's got emotions. He can respect his opponents. He's not that different from a human, basically. So it's hard to, especially for Knuckle, it's hard to paint the face of a monster on Youpi now. Morel wasn't really happy about the whole thing. He's like, you basically screwed up the mission for me, and like, what the fuck? But Nav showed up. He's not doing good. He showed up, he's gonna take care of Morel. He was like, don't worry, we got a message from Netero. He just got to the location with Meruem, so if you let the guard go, he's not gonna make it in time, so there's no screwing up the mission. He took Morel, he warned them that he took Shoot as well, and now Knuckle is gonna try and focus on the other guards. Kirua is also going to try and help Gon, because right now he's surrounded by Shayapuf and Neferpito. Shaya is trying to understand what happened, you know, with the king and stuff.
So basically, 5 episodes ago.
Yes, he's trying to catch up. He's got the recap.
Yep.
And Palm is still alone, and we don't really know what's happening to her, but no one is focusing on her except Icalgo, right? But we don't know where he is right now, so. This is pretty much where we are. Last episode I had a hard time discussing in English at the end of the whole thing, so hopefully it goes better this time.
Alright.
We will see. Let's jump in this episode and see what happens.
Okay.
Don't forget to subscribe if you want to know when these episodes come out, and check out our Patreon for the full reactions.
Let's watch it. I am so conflicted, guys.
I hate this, but I love this, you know?
Because from what we just learned, Meruem is so close to the answer, but it's the way that he wants to do it. Oh, I must protect those who are worth to be saving.
But, you know, when he said that at first, I was like, again, potential, but it's too late. You know, we're here to deal with what you did and what you want to do. You know, the way you want to do things is bad.
I know.
But then he sits down and he's like, he's kind of admitting that he's in a position where, you know, right now, this is how he understands things. But then recently, things were different for him. So he's like, there's a chance that you might change my mind, like that you might teach me more and make me understand more, because I can, you know, acknowledge that you're pretty cool, you're chill, you know? So he's like offering Netero a chance to change his mind, and he's sitting down, and he sat down 3 times.
I know.
That's the thing, and that's the moment where I'm like, when one of the opponents, you know, is sitting down and offering a chance for dialogue, and the other one doesn't back down and keeps hitting, who's the bad guy?
The
It's
one
kind of
that
like,
doesn't back down.
can you imagine if we were at war and then one of the warring countries and stuff were like, okay, you know what, we'll surrender for now. Let's have negotiations and stuff. And you're like, no, you know what? I just want to kick your ass. Let's keep dying for this. It's frustrating because we see the potential and he's the one actually opening dialogue, and Netero cannot just agree because the people in charge have already decided that, you know what, this guy is too powerful and what he's done so far is already too bad. We won't allow him to live. He wants to squash that bug, kind of like, the thing you did with the ladybug.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that, as a criminal and stuff, you do bad shit, you get to, basically get punished for those actions. And Meruem deserves to be punished for what he did so far. But does he deserve to die? That's the question. If he offers himself,
I'm pretty sure that you cannot just put him in a jail.
You can
that
try.
won't work.
But then again, like I said last episode, it's the conflicting question of, how much can he be judged for what he did, considering he was a newborn with no understanding of the world.
He is a newborn bride, yeah.
Yeah, and they've killed a lot of people, so they will have to answer for this. But do you put, for example, I was about to say, do you put, if you have a crocodile that goes on a rampage and kills humans, do you put him in jail? No, they actually kill the crocodile. So that's not a good example. But in Meruem's case, he's showing open-mindedness, and he's asking for, negotiation, sort of. He wants to understand. But the humans back home, I think, what he did and stuff is already bad, but I'm pretty sure the reason why they want him gone is because he's too strong. They already showed that they don't like Netero that much, the way they control the whole organization, association, and the way they like to keep them, blame them for their decisions because it's better for them to suffer the consequences and stuff. That's how they keep them in check. And there's this whole conspiracy of changing the chairman too, they want to get rid of Netero. So there's that too. That attitude makes me believe 100% that the reason why they want them gone is not because they kill people, it's because they're too strong and they can control them. So that makes the whole thing worse, because now we have to support Netero in this fight when Meruem is willing to listen. And we know he's been changing so much, kind of like Yuppie, and now even Neferpito is understanding emotions differently.
There's only proof that he still needs to have some growth on his own.
Yeah, but he's so cerebral. The way he understands things, he's convinced that he's got the right answers. He's not open to change, And when he sees change, he freaks out. He doesn't question it. He's just like, oh, you've lost your mind. When in fact, he's the one that loses his mind a little bit because it's so conflicting. Yeah. It's their instinct is to do whatever they were born for, which in their mind is, help the king rule over this planet. If they show kindness to humans, that doesn't work for them because they're supposed to be the predators and the humans are supposed to be the prey. Mm-hmm. So if the predator shows kindness to the prey, that goes against who they are, For all his, mental capacities, Shaya is more ent than human, almost, when it comes to how he understands feelings. He wants to detach himself from emotions. Whereas Neferpito was playing along with those, but seeing the king and, having that order from him and feeling the wave of emotion coming from him when he asked for, Komugi's life and stuff, maybe that shook her so much that now she's kind of questioning emotions a little bit. The attachment between the king and Komugi is affecting her. And it's affecting her in a way that she wants to protect that, She would rather really protect that bond and save Komugi rather than just go for the king like her instinct is telling her.
Her instinct is not to go to the king, but also to do what the king wants her to do.
Yes, it's conflicting.
And the king looked at her and said, save her life. We'll do whatever it takes. Do not let her die.
But it's Shaya has been questioning the king's orders because the king has been asking for stuff that goes against his nature. So Shaya is, hearing this and he's like, this is not helping. Saving Komugi is not helping. At least that's how I see it, he doesn't think that saving Komugi is important for their mission, but Neferpito is, and that's not, I mean, I think Shaya is not seeing that as normal. He's like, why are you so worried? Why are you so invested? It's just a human. We're not supposed to care. He's not supposed to care. So why are you caring? But that's because he wasn't there. And the order, yes, there was an order. You know, he asked for this.
But, okay, in itself, the order doesn't make any sense for the end hierarchy. That's a fact. But it's just
still an order.
every one of them are evolving. The king is evolving. Neferpito, Shayapuf, and Yupi, they are all evolving.
But Shaya is rebelling.
A lot.
He's afraid of what, I mean, it's change. I mean, people and chimeras apparently are afraid of changing. Even even Yupi is a bit scared of how he reacted because now he doesn't understand why. You know, it was so easy for him last episode to just kill these 3 and protect his king, but he let them live with the potential, not with the understanding that they could catch up and try to kill him again, or, you know, try to attack his king.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're listening to their emotions, they're responding to these changes, and they're acting out of character is worrying them. So I get that. It's different, you know. Even Meruem was freaking out, you know. He he tried to understand his emotions in ways that made sense, and he just got confused. So I get that, but I mean the whole situation is happening so last minute, unfortunately. Like if this had happened before the whole thing, I don't know what could have happened to them, what they could have become. But now like the order has been given. The association doesn't have a choice. Netero is manipulating Meruem into fighting. At this point, I'm
dangling his name in front of his eyes.
That's bad. Like he knows he's conflicted between his hand side and his human side. So he's using his he doesn't have an identity. He doesn't connect. A name is a human thing too. So that could potentially sway him one way or the other. But he's using the fact that he has an identity and he doesn't know it to force him into battle, thinking he could defeat him. But after this, like, I was rooting for Netero, but after this, I'm almost hoping that Meruem beats him, just so we can have his name.
I kind of wish it too.
Yeah, and he's not gonna try and kill him though.
This is bad because I don't want neither of them to die.
I know, but okay,
because I really like Netero's character. I want the chairman to be still alive, but I want Meruem to grow and be something better, I guess.
Except whereas Netero is gonna try to kill Meruem has to keep Netero alive.
Yeah.
To get the name.
True.
So.
But I don't think that Netero will back down from the fight.
No, I don't think so either.
Because he needs to make him admit defeat.
I know. Shit, I don't
and
know.
Netero would rather die than admit defeat.
But Netero doesn't have a good position right now, because if he doesn't do what he's told, he's putting the world in danger, because there's no saying he can change Meruem's mind, and he's being ordered to do something, and his position is already compromised, and there's already some shit happening back home with the blame stuff, and if he doesn't do his job, the association could be destroyed by that. There's a good chance that a lot of people are going to suffer from this, even if Meruem doesn't end up killing a bunch of people. So the repercussions of him not doing anything are so bad, and the repercussions of him doing something are bad too for his conscience. But for Netero, this is not about him though. It's morale in last episode versus Knuckle.
True.
If Netero lets his emotions take over here, I think he's gonna end up losing more than if he fights for others, like he's supposed to in this case. And that's bad because, you're here, you're in the moment, you're facing Meruem, and you're seeing him sit down and asking for dialogue.
Open discussion, yeah.
And he already saw the display with Komugi, also, the humanity of caring for someone else, for a human being. So he's conflicted already, but he still has to fight him. It takes strength for that, I get it.
Damn
but
it.
there's no answer. Fucking association, fucking console, I don't know.
We saw that there was a change in Gon's eyes after he listened to the discussion. What happened before he came. What do you think that provoked him?
Well, I was wondering if it was because Neferpito's goal in that conversation was to keep Gon's attention on the explanation, and his shift of the eye means he was listening. So that worked. Like, he was listening to the explanation, and his his focus was on what she was saying. The fact that he shifted a little bit, Gon has always had this thing where, he doesn't consider the chimeras monsters unless you cross that line like Neferpito did. Yeah, he always gives them a chance first.
So I think that maybe you might consider the king as not a...
Like, maybe...
Not something to kill?
The way I understood it, like, what made him shift could have been, how the king reacted to Komugi being hurt. Because they didn't talk about this, right? They just assumed that Komugi was hurt and Neferpito had to stay and take care of her. I mean, they don't know why the king cares about Komugi. They don't know anything. Like, and it's not... She didn't talk about the whole thing, like, him taking her and stuff like that, but... Maybe hearing that the king specifically asked for her to be healed and stuff, maybe that just made him question a little bit, how much of the king is a monster, how much of the king is human. But then I don't know if Gon is present enough mentally right now to truly think about that. So it could just be that, it's just a sign that he was listening.
Okay.
In any case, like, he's not dealing with the king anyway. So...
No one needs to take care of Neferpito first?
So unless we have an episode from his point of view and we get to hear what he's thinking and we know that, maybe that changed his mind a little bit, or maybe he's questioning the nature of the chimeras again. Like, for now, I'll just assume that that's just proof he was focused on what Neferpito was saying and something surprised him a little bit, but that's it. Because anyway, it doesn't matter. Right now, he's focused on her.
True.
Oh boy. And
Right.
I mean, stuff could still change. I know Kirua's showing up soon, so he could take care of what Shaya left behind, and we'll see what happens next. Like, eventually we'll get to that hour mark that he gave Neferpito, and we'll see.
Someday we will.
Someday.
All right.
In 20 episodes left?
Yeah,
a little more?
A bit, yeah.
Yeah, eventually stuff will happen, But in the meantime, we'll focus on the Meruem situation and the Netero situation because they're about to fight each other for real.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I've been excited. I'm terrified of the outcome, but I've been excited to see Netero fight for a while.
I don't know which side I want to win at the end. Neither of them.
I just want to enjoy the fight for a bit, and then after that we'll let the emotions take over.
With the awesome music.
Oh, the music is so good.
So dark.
So good. You just know they're powerful. And now I'm reminded of when we thought that Kirua could take him.
No, I never said I thought that he could take him,
He
but
could hold his own.
He could hold his own, and
Yeah,
you
right.
guys laughed at us in the comments. You were right.
You're right. We're talking about Kirua freaked out at the idea of fighting Neferpito versus this. Yeah, no, he was nowhere near ready, but we didn't know that at the time. Okay, so we're gonna move on and watch that fight. I'm very, very excited.
Alright.
So thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. I'm losing my voice again. Oh boy, it's the singing, I think. I wasn't prepared to sing today. In any case, thank you. If you want to watch the next episode right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out. The link is in the description below.
And if you don't, the next one will be out on YouTube next week, guys. So stay tuned to see the fight.
Yes. Bye.
Bye, guys.